Oh, and Grand Risings, Elizabeth. Grand Risings, hi. Um, this is Danielle Claxton coming to you from Detroit, Michigan. And I am so excited and so glad to have you, ladies and gentlemen, here for the Elizabeth Conference. This today is Monday, Mogul. Okay, Mommy Mogul Monday. Mommy Mogul Mindset Mondays. I'm sorry, I'm still waking up. But we are so happy here. I am just waiting for my co-host at Peace to join us. But I do want to say good morning, Grand Rising. As a friend of mine would say, grand whatever it is to you. And yeah, I just want to say good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And I just want to see who do we have on? Who do we have on today? And please, ladies, let's remember if we are being recorded and it does help to have your face, be it live or be it a picture on the Zoom for when it actually re-records and replays, it looks funny when everybody's screen is blacked out and it just has their name. So I'm going to request all of our guests to either be present live with us on video or to make sure that you have a picture set up so that we can see exactly who it is that we're talking to. And I just want to say, yeah, that's the request of the day. And I know Queen Aduni here. Sheila Everette-Hale is on.
Of course. Grand Rising, Elizabeth. Thank you for coming and joining in with us. Looking forward to these young ladies popping some good information, some good energy. Always excited to see everyone and all the new people that have joined us so far. I just thank you for joining us. I see Fana's with us today, and Pam and Ayana and Mary. Oh God, we're gonna have a good time. And my wonderful, I call them my daughters, At Peace and Danyelle. Go ahead, do your thing. And I can give you the power. I've already given At Peace. I didn't know if you want the power to share first or Danyelle.
No, Danyelle can share first.
Okay, I'm gonna take it back then.
Good rising, grand rising, Elizabeth.
Yes.
How are y'all
Grand
feeling
rising.
this morning? It's so good to see y'all. I'm still putting children to school. The dog threw up in his cage. He ate a sock. Who eats a sock?
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So it's definitely a morning. I had to change my background to some place that I really want to be because I'm like, yeah, we're right about now. It's like, okay. So right now I'm on an ocean view. I'm imagining I'm on an ocean view, junior balcony of a cruise ship somewhere along the ocean.
I'll take it.
That's how we have to think. That's how we have to think about right now. Like, okay.
I'll take it.
I didn't know I was going to share first. So it's like,
yeah, girl, you gotta come on here and share. We want to see you. So everybody, give me one word to describe how you feeling this morning. Just one word. How you feeling this morning, Pam? One word. Can't hear you, love.
Excited.
Yes. All right, fall on in line. Who else want to say something? Hi, Hania. Oh, take yourself off mute, beautiful. You on mute. You're on mute. I can't hear you.
Oh,
there
good
you
morning.
Go. Good rising.
You know what my word is? It's I'm grateful to be reconnecting.
Period.
Yeah, I'm a Detroiter. I've lived in the Lansing area for a while. Long story short, I'm working my way back to the city. I'm this morning I'm a guest of Razia Thelma Curtis.
Nice.
So I'm at her home right now. Just she's my true spiritual sister. She's my sister in life. I mean, just anyway, she's a part of my whole reconnecting energy, and I just am grateful she shared this program with me, and I think it's great. This is one of the reasons I'm feeling it's necessary to reconnect back to my roots here. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
thank you.
Give our love
Hi,
to Razia.
Yes, please give our love to Razia. I'm not
Yes,
sure what's
I
going
will.
on there, but
Yes, I will.
thank you. All right, who's next? Miss Mary.
Yeah, hey.
How you doing, love?
I'm doing good, honey. I had to come on here to see you. You passed Ann Arbor going all the way to Southfield.
Girl, on the bus, I tell you what, when I go back, I ask the bus if they'll detour through.
You know, it does. It goes here and it only costs $30 on the Amtrak.
Oh, well, I'm trying to reserve my money so I can make my move to come back to the reconnecting area. But anyway.
Got you, girl. My one word is magnificent.
Magnificent.
Very
Oh.
I like that word.
magnificent.
All right. Well, you look magnificent, my sister.
You know
Yes,
what?
you
I
do.
was telling the girls, I didn't even know if I was going to be on here. I was testing it. And then I popped up and here I am in the raw. I don't have one of Sheila's beautiful hairstyles looking like a real queen. I got a hat that says queen.
You look beautiful to me. I couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah.
That's
So
beautiful.
Sheila's not, is Sheila
Because
on?
you are a queen.
Yes, Sheila's on here.
It says, this is me.
Oh, okay.
Queen,
It says
Oh.
Queen Aduni. Yeah.
Well, you remember me with Alan Biggers, don't you?
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
trying to remember, yes, absolutely. Peace
I
to
just
you.
think you're such a wonderful motivator and mentor for the area for women to look up to, you know? That's
Oh,
what
thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I can't get the.
Where's my Ayana? Ayana, what's your word for today?
My
And let's
word
see
was
your beautiful
healthy.
face. I want to see your face.
One moment, please. I'm still getting dressed.
No problem. What's your word for today?
But my word today is healthy.
Healthy. Love
Yes.
it. Love it. We're going to have some healthy
Welcome to
conversations today, honey. Fana. What's your word for today, Fana?
Fauna.
Fana. Is that Danny?
No,
Fana?
Fauna, that's fauna.
I think that's Danny.
No,
She don't usually come on as Danny.
no, Danny comes on
It's Fifi.
as a Fifi.
Oh, okay. Fana, Fifi. I'm trying to get
Fauna.
Banana family for Fana.
honey. Hilarious.
She
So
just-
did everybody
she
give a
just-
word?
Yeah, I think so. Danyelle didn't give a word.
Danielle, give your word. What's your word for today?
Present.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take all of that.
Wake up!
Well, this rain didn't help, waking up to the rain, but
And then the
What you-
sun, it was so beautiful. Everybody's out, doing things, exerting probably more energy that they have than they have in a couple of days. And then the rain comes down, right?
right.
Beautiful
You should be
rain.
used to it in Michigan, though.
Exactly. Just wait 10 minutes.
It's gonna change.
You look beautiful, Peace.
Thank you,
I love
Sheila.
that.
You look beautiful
I
too,
love
Queen
that.
Aduni.
But you got it together. That kind of beautiful, like exertion. I put it together just for y'all.
Yes, I did. I was like, these people don't want to see me looking all crazy this morning. Let me do something with myself.
Yeah, Peace. I saw when you turned your head a little bit. I saw that color back there. Go,
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah, trying to be like the young people. My daughter, she hit me up. She said, did you skunk your hair? What the hell that mean? She said, did you skunk your hair? I
I guess.
I don't know. Did I? I was like, oh, you mean with the, she was like, yeah. I was like, oh yeah, girl, skunk right here, girl. I just think it's so cool though. I just really like the style, you know, with the color. It's a new style where the color is in the back and then you just have it like in the back, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you, Pam. I appreciate that. There she is. Hey, Miss Ayana. Good to see you. Beautiful self. Well, we're going to get right on into today. How did everyone's week go? As you know, my name is at Peace Makita, the life doula, the life coach with the doula approach. And what does that mean? That means that I take practical principles. Yeah, I guess you could do that. I take practical principles from childbirth, from sharing with women in childbirth, from guiding them, getting them to their goal of having a beautiful baby. I take those same principles and I apply them to real life. Because I mean, quite honestly, what worked to get us here can definitely work to get us through. So, so that's the principle in which I work. I'm also a creative artist. I do creative directing and acting and performing and all of that great stuff. I'm also a mom. Love my babies. I'm a mother of 6, proud mother of 6. And so taking that journey from so many different angles, you know, is what I come to share with the world. I also share with women, sister sharing, where I help women just bond with each other and connect and really tap into to our authentic self, right? Because there's this self that the world sees, but then there's this self within us that most of the world doesn't see, but should, you know, because that's who we truly are. So in a nutshell, I do so much more than that, but in a nutshell, that's what I do. And that's what I come to share here on the channel. So thank you all for joining us this morning. I want to give a shout out to my beautiful co-host, Danyelle Claxton. Danyelle is here to share with us all of the techie, juicy, good stuff when it comes to how to use social media and how to use this virtual world to our advantage so that we can be the moguls that we are. Because here at Mommy Mogul Mindset Mondays, we have the pervading belief that if you are a mom, you are already a mogul. Like, you handle a lot, you do a lot, you manage yourself, you manage your family. That's a lot going on. And if you don't have any children, you're momming something, you're nurturing something, you're nurturing a business or a relationship or something that's important and dear to you. You're nurturing that in addition to keeping your sanity in this crazy world. In addition to paying your bills, in addition to taking care of yourself, you're taking on the nurturing and care of someone else. So you are a mommy. And if you're managing all of that and keeping all the balls in the air, even if some drop, you pick it back up and you throw it back up in the air. In our minds, you are a mogul. And all you need is to have that strong centered mindset. We also are going to be joined, or we're scheduled to be joined with Tay Brown. She's also a co-host here on the channel. And she talks to us about getting our coin, honey. Getting that bag up, honey, because it don't make no sense to be beautiful and smart and all of these things. And you don't have the material manifestations. And so that's what we want to encourage each other. We want to support each other with that material manifestation, because that's the cherry on top. That's what makes life super sweet, right? So that's what we're here to do. Encourage each other, promote each other, support each other in whatever way we can. So thank you so much for joining us. Danyelle, what you got on the menu for today?
So today, I'm going to talk about something that I recently discovered for myself in my own business, and it's called a link tree. Now, what a link tree is, it's a supplemental application that allows you to put all your links that surround you and your business, be it your website, be it a show that you're on, be it the several businesses and enterprises that you're involved with, and it combines it in one central location so that you can send it out to people, you can share it on social media, and people can go direct to all the different locations that pertain to you. For instance, I hope I explained that right. My brain is still waking up.
That's okay. I can't wait to find out more about this app. I think, make sure that you guys stick around and find out the information that you need, because when she explained it to me, I think it's a game changer. Like, it's really going to change us. To get this one app is going to change everything. So I'm not going to give away all the juicy deliciousness. I'll wait until it's Danielle's turn. But yes, so you got to stick around for Linktree. So we're going to do a meditation, but we're going to do the meditation kind of in the middle of today. And we're just going to jump right into today's lesson. But oh no, we're not. Actually, let's back it up, because I got to hear what happened to you guys this week. How was your week? What did you do in terms of self-love equaling self-worthiness and your value? Did you find that this week? Did you step your game up? Did you level up in any way? Come on, share with me. What happened this week? Okay, Pam, you going first. Hit it.
I gotta say that I've been eating very well since this podcast has been started. And the things that we learn every day, and the things you talk about, your self-worth and looking at yourself, and even if you don't like what you see at the moment, just wait a moment. It'll change. It'll change, because it's all about your mindset.
Yes.
Like Miss Mary said, thinks that she doesn't look beautiful because she says she's raw, but she looks beautiful to me.
You look beautiful to me.
And it's all in the mind of the beholder. And if you are your own beholder and you look beautiful to yourself, then you look beautiful. It doesn't really, because if you think your own self-worth is good, then everybody else will see what you see. So that's what I've learned this week. And thank you, Peace and Danielle.
You are so welcome. My pleasure.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. That's an awesome revelation. You leveled up this week. That's what's up. Anybody else want to share? How was your week about value and self-worth? Hey, Hania, come on, share with us. How was your week?
Well, in the note of reconnecting, Razia has always been a great networking force for me. So I last September, I was attending a function here and reconnected with an old friend from Ann Arbor. It's a brother, a real conscious brother. I'm just so excited about reconnecting with him. Well, coming back to Detroit this weekend, he invited me to go out on a friendly date. One of the most awesome restaurants we had dinner at is Bo's. Oh goodness, I can't think of it. It's an East African restaurant. Like on the corner of Woodward, I think, and the Boulevard, maybe. But it was just
I think it's like Baba Bar Fair.
Come on, Baba Fair. Baba Fair.
Baba Fair.
Yes, I love Baba Fair.
Oh my goodness, yes. It was great conversation, great atmosphere, a wonderful day. The rain didn't even ruin it. And it was just excellent food. So I'm just really grateful for that experience too.
That's beautiful. So glad that you were appreciated this week and that you were
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Always feels good for that. And Razia's here.
Well, at peace, I'm glad to be seeing you and all the others today. I just want to thank my sisters. I've gotten lots of calls and letting me know that you're praying for me to feel better. And I am feeling a lot better. And just to have my sister Hania be my house guest has this added so much joy. I actually, after laying around all week, not being able to get on the call, I went walking with Hania. I had enough faith in that relationship, that loving relationship, that I was able to leave my house and put my gym shoes on and leave the house and walk. And we walked a circle. What was it, about a mile and a half or so. And I'm just thankful that with support, with someone else looking at you and saying, we can do this.
Don't forget we had the sunshine beautifully helping us too. Beautiful.
So it was just a celebration of connected energy. And I'm grateful.
I'm so happy to see you. You look like you know what? You needed rest. because you look very rested now. You look rejuvenated. You look like you are here and ready for it. That's what you needed. So I'm glad that you got that. And I'm glad you also pointed out sisterhood, because that's what I heard. You guys have a wonderful sisterhood. And it's something about, this is why I started Sister Sharon in 2007, because it's something about when women come together. It's something about when we come together, how we're able to connect in a way that heals us, that encourages us, that gets us going. If we were in Africa, in a village in Africa, all the women are together. The men are out hunting. They're out doing man stuff.
Yeah.
But the women are in the village together, helping each other raise the children, cook the meals, wash the clothes. You know, this is our tradition as women. So I love it. I absolutely love it. Cool beans. Good to see you, Racia.
Thank you.
And who else? We got Lily on the line. Lily, let's see your beautiful face. How are you this morning? Lily B. Lily B, she shows up. She just be in the ethers. She just be in the ethers. She be here. She just be in the ethers.
That's good.
Happy Monday, beautiful people.
Hey, there she is. How was your week?
Listen, I will listen, y'all don't want to see these little dun braids. I gotta but my week was beautiful. My birthday was on Saturday.
Period.
And it was actually beautiful. I really didn't put any strict stipulations on what I wanted to do, like no big plans, because when I do that, things always go weird. But this was like a let it go with the flow. My daughter was like, Mom, we gonna do this and da 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 da. I was just looking at her like, I don't know about that, sweetheart. You know, taking naps and everything. She was trying to, I was taking naps for my birthday, like taking a little my bath with my crystals and my candle. Like when I say I was trying to be really heavy on my self-care, especially for my birthday, I had to keep a clear mind because a lot of things happen around it. Girl, it's my time to shine.
Period.
But hey, y'all.
And that's on period. So sounds like somebody lived up to their self-value and their self-worth this weekend.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's on period. Put yourself first, especially if it's your birthday. I don't do any, like, the whole month is about me. Everybody know that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, Lily. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, we got room for one more person. Anybody else want to share their week about valuing yourself? Did you level up this week? What went on this week? You got room for one more person. Anybody?
I'd like to recommend a book called Sacred Rest.
Okay. Write that down, y'all. Let me put that in the chat. Sacred Rest.
Sacred Rest.
Who was that by, Mama?
Goodness gracious. Let me tell you, she's a Black female doctor. I can't think of her name right now, but if you put it in Amazon, you can get it. I just got off of a 3-month book club, and I felt like I needed to get some rest. So I wanted to recommend that book. And Razia, it's so good to see your face when you talked about you went for a walk. That's what I did the other day. First time I went for a walk in a while. And I know I had to look funny because I'm 5'2" and my husband's 6'2". But my younger man that I talk about all the time, I call him my crown prince. Actually, he's my younger man because he's 79 and I'll be 80 this year. So that's what I did. And I just encourage you all because, I tell it all. I have had 2 knee and a hip replacement and I'm still walking. So don't let none of this stuff set you back. And yes, I will be 80 in October. And I said that, the face lies, but the neck tells the truth. I'm trying to figure out how to get these wrinkles off of my neck. So if you got any suggestions, let me know.
I got a suggestion.
Okay.
Get you some beautifully seductive, colorful scarves that compliment you.
Oh, yeah.
And do several wraps on it. Make them scarves look sexy around your neck.
Okay.
That's one way in the
I got plenty of those. I got plenty of scarves.
That was a great suggestion. I like that. And just talk to it. Just talk to it and tell it what you wanted to do, girl. And just move it up like this.
Yeah. Well, no, that's actually part of the what is it? Some of the rituals that they use when you get a facial, they do the decolletage and all, then they move all this up. So when you're doing your what is it? I don't know if you have a morning routine and a night, right?
And
That's
then
what
the
my
head
husband does.
start.
You do this if you have a morning routine or in the evening routine for your skincare and you're putting on your moisturizer, that's exactly what you do.
Move up. Mhm.
Move it up. Move it up.
Right.
And if
Move
you
it on
really
up.
want to put some extra on it, you can do this with your fingers.
Yeah.
Rub your hands together. Talk to them.
Oh.
Tell them what you want them to do.
All
Put it
right.
at your heart. Just rub them, and then touch
Yeah.
yourself. Hey, you understand me? Telling you, get you together. Get you together, girl.
And pat it a little
And
bit.
also-
Forward.
Right, pat it a little bit. Yes.
Then you also got, you can
Power
also
of healing
strengthen up.
hands. I'm sorry,
You can
Danyelle.
also strengthen, I'm gonna say you can also strengthen up your neck, you know, doing neck circles. You know, I don't know, the old school, I grew up in the 90s and every girl wanted to get sassy, wanted to roll her neck. So it's like neck circles. And then gently going side to side. I'm a belly dancer, so we have to stretch our bodies on a regular basis. And it's like just stretch the neck. Look up, you know, look down, you know, look all around. All of this helps release the tension and everything that's in our shoulders, that's in our necks, but it helps keep the muscles nice and tight.
Yes.
Just roll your head around.
Rolling
And it
both
looks sexy and
directions.
seductive too. Yeah, your dreads and hair, wig, whatever, it looks sexy too. Because the hair folds. Like, okay. And you do the other side. So whatever you do on one side, you make sure you do to the other side. And you know, you look up, you move it, exercise it. Even you can, it still exercise your neck. So that's how you can get all this nice and tight. Nice and tight. Keep it nice and tight.
I love it.
And when you're in the mirror, not anybody watching, you do the vowels or it sounds like the vowels with your mouth and then
Oh
so
yeah.
you exercise this area. So when the wrinkles come, they'll stay smoothed out instead of getting all bunched up, you know.
Right.
All of the good stuff.
People ask me a lot of times, like, you know, well, what is your secret for looking younger or staying so young or whatever? And I do face exercises every morning.
Okay.
Like when I wake up, I just, like what she said, I'm an actor. So for practice, we open our mouths really wide and we stretch our face. Like that's our exercises as an actor, right? So I just do those same exercises every morning. I stretch my face, I move it around, I massage it vigorously, I give it blood flow and circulation, you know? And
but you know what, sister? What you're doing and what we all are doing now are motivating and supporting one another. And what I got from you that my soul needed to hear right now is consistency. I'll be 74 years old this year and I still ride my bike. I was roller skating up until maybe about a year and a half ago. But when I come back to Detroit, I'm getting my roller skating back because I got friends who, and I'm a ballroom dancer, roller skater.
Wow.
You know, I will play hopscotch with the little girls if I have to, you know.
Yeah.
but I have been with older people who act like old. They think that you know, it's your duty to get your medications and let them give you a walker and get in your scooter. And you know, if that's what you want to be, I'm through with that community. I'm coming back and reconnected with my active, my loving sisters, so we can give and receive, like you guys are doing right here in this morning sessions here. You know,
I love it. I want to be like you when I grow up. Yes, yes.
Well, you know, I was a barber for a number of years. That's how I met Sheila, because she's a compadre of Alan Biggers, who's now Ari. But you know, I was all a part of that whole movement there. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it was funny.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of the children, I was thinking about At Peace when she was sharing about what she does. Well, when you have 6 kids, 6 children, then you're
thank you.
Stop doing that, dude. You know, you're doing all these things. You know, you don't. Where are you at? You're on mute, baby.
They definitely keep me going. They definitely, my children keep me the youngest. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I give it all to them. I love you, baby. I give it all to them. So today we're going to keep on with the series for May, which is, and thank you so much for sharing that wisdom. Thank y'all for chiming in and for giving that good juju. I love it. So today we're going to talk about self-love equaling self-compassion. And that's something that I know I had to work on. That's something that you may be working on right now. And I think as women of color, especially African American or Black women, having compassion for ourselves can be extremely difficult. It's not even something that we think about. Compassion for myself, being gentle with myself, it's not really something we think about. You know, we are very much aware of how we treat other people, but we're not always aware of how we treat ourselves. And so that's why we started this series this month of self-love, right? Last week was self-love equals self-worth. And so this week is self-love equals self-compassion. And so in our team meeting last week, I was asked to share my testimony, to share my story of how did I become at peace? You know, everyone calls me at peace, and people even say that you really are your name, you know, and I really love that. And then I put Makita on the end of it about 7 years ago, because that's my mother's given name is Makita. And I really wanted to expand and expound on that. So I guess I would start from the beginning. Where do I start? No, I was born and raised here in Detroit, Michigan. I, grew up on the west side of Detroit, and I had a very interesting childhood, though, as most people do. And we'll get off into that in a little bit. But I just want to kind of share some of the highlights of what my experience has been up to this point, or how I got up to where I am right now, right? So I graduated high school with a pretty good GPA. I got a full ride to Wayne State playing cello. I was a cellist back in the days. And I got a full ride. And while I was there, about a year after being in college, I left for the military. And so I went to the Navy, and I served proudly. I love that experience. I learned a lot from that experience. And after I left the military, I moved to Philadelphia to continue my studies at Temple University for film and media arts. And so that was a great experience. I learned a lot from that experience. And it also led me to become an educator. So eventually I grew into becoming an educator, professor at Brown University, teaching literacy and performing arts together, which I thought was really cool. I did that for 3 years. I started my own consulting business after, and I just started as a consultant, just teaching about character development, teaching about mindset and meditation, teaching creative arts and how to be creative. I started doing that more. I was living in New England at the time, and I just started doing that more. So I started showing up in schools and, nonprofits. Nonprofit market was really big out there. So I did a lot of nonprofit work. And then I left there, moved to Atlanta, did the same thing. Started consulting, started teaching, doing creative directing, creative arts, left there, moved to Miami, did the same thing. Just kept it going, everywhere I moved, I took my talent and I took my what I felt was my life purpose with me, right? And I just continued to grow my business everywhere that I went. So while I was in Miami, I continued to teach creative development. I continued to teach character development to children and etiquette and all of those things, performing arts. And then I had to pay bills, like really get serious about my finances. So I went back to corporate America. I continued to work in corporate America for a while at a law office, but I felt really alone. I'm working literally 60 hours a week. I come home, I got to still cook dinner, I got to clean, I got to love on my husband, love on my children, find the room to love on myself. It became a lot. It was very overwhelming after a while. And so I started Sister Sharon, and it just started out at my house. Women came over, I cooked them a good meal. I'm already an educator, so we did a whole bunch of fun activities, right? We did a yoga session in my backyard. And it just kind of grew from there. So that was in 2007. And then women loved it so much. The next month we did it again and again and again. Then when I moved back to Detroit about a year later, kept it going, kept meeting with women and having sister circles and teaching, consulting, and all of that. And so I've been back home now longer than I expected. About 12 years, longer than I expected. I've been here and I've been able to, really develop as a creative here. And I really appreciate everything that I've learned, as far as developing me as a woman, developing my creativity, my business. But all of that, all of the good stuff. And then I also worked as an international spokeswoman for about 3 years for a nonprofit, which opened up so many doors for me. Like, I can't even imagine how many doors. That being a spokeswoman, I was a spokeswoman for the global water crisis. So if you don't know, there's huge crisis in terms of owning our water, having access to our water being healthy. And so I was on the front lines of really making that a known thing and letting people know that your water is in crisis, right? So I traveled all over the country. I was on every news media outlet in the world, literally. And then I got asked to be on The Daily Show on Comedy Central with Jon Stewart. I was featured on there. And that kind of opened up a world for me. I was then asked to be a US delegate in Ireland for the International Human Rights Day. I was a feature there. That was an amazing experience. I'm Beyonce in Ireland, just so y'all know. Okay. Woo! They love me in Ireland, okay? And that's on period. I had an amazing time. I was the first. I want to say I was the first. I'm going to do my research, but I think I was told I was the first African-American woman to be featured on their largest syndicated nightly news show. I was the first Black woman, ghetto girl, that was featured on that show. And it was actually one of their most highly watched, highly viewed episodes. So I'm really proud of the things that I've been able to accomplish. And just being a single mom, you know, surviving divorce, surviving single motherhood still, you know, I've been through a lot of wonderful things. I've been able to take what has happened in my life, the things that I've gone through, and kind of transform them into a whole world that is healthy and is helping other people. And so I like to always just share like where God has taken me, where God has shown up in my life, right? I don't look like anything that I've been through. I promise you that. And I only give God the glory. I only give God the praise for that.
Hey. All right.
Yep. And so thank you. So how did I get to that point, right? How did I get to this place where I'm speaking and I'm teaching and I'm, you know, I got I got 5 kids on my back and I'm running around doing everything. And how did I get to that point, right? And it's been a bittersweet journey. I haven't always been at peace, you know, I'm not always at peace, right? The name At Peace was a God-given name. It is my God-given name. It's where I aspire to be in my life. I aspire to be at peace in my life with whatever's going on, right? And one of, my parents did the best job that they could. I was raised by, both my parents were addicted to drugs. So my mom, she was a heroin addict. My father, he was using drugs at the time. This was in the 70s, right? When it was really popular and cool, right? And so when I was 3, my mom passed away from a heroin overdose. And I was left to be raised with my father. And my father was considerably younger than my mother. My mother was 12 years older than my dad. So she was in her 30s when she passed. He was in his early 20s, like in the 70s. Like, what is he going to do with a kid, and then a girl kid at that, right? But I give my father credit because he did the best he knew how to do, right? And even when he could have stepped away or not cared or whatever, he still fought those feelings enough to make an effort. And so I will always give him honor for that. And what I learned from that experience with him. But I mean, I was raised by a drug addicted, alcoholic father. And that took a toll of its own, which we all know the story at this point of how that can affect a child, right? So I've been through the whole ringer of being a young girl, being raised in the hood. I was molested, you know, I was neglected, I was abandoned, like the whole 9. You know, there were people around me, but if those adults don't care about you and they're not checking for you, then you're pretty much on your own. And so at a very young age, I'm talking 5 or 6, I was out here in these Detroit streets on my own, right? I had a home to go home to, but there was no one supervising me. There was no one making sure that I ate, making sure that I had a place to, you know, making sure that I was in the home safely, making sure I did my homework, making sure, you know, there wasn't that consistent showing up for me, you know, because once I got to a certain place, my dad was like, Okay, girl, you got this, girl. I'm out. I'm going back to the streets, right? So I would see him every now and then. I'm staying with my grandparents at this point, and I would see him every now and then, but it wasn't anything consistent, like to bring me stability and to make me feel safe and whole, right? So he later married, or not married, but he later got with my sister's mom, which became my stepmother. And again, she did the best she could, but she was abusive, you know, verbally and emotionally abusive, sometimes physically abusive. So I had to go through all of these different changes. And I remember when I was about 7, I discovered there was no Santa Claus. Honey, for a child already living in trauma, not knowing, but finding out that there's no Santa Claus is a problem. Okay, it is a problem because there's nothing else. When you have parents who are drug addicted, one thing you don't have is stability. Like, so Santa Claus, that was my dude. Like, we were in this
Every
together, you know?
Yeah.
So when I was about 7 and I found out there was no Santa Claus, that just kind of really, I was out of the matrix by then. Okay. I was over it and I was out of the matrix by then. And what really took me out was not so much that I found out that there was no Santa Claus, but the fact that I'm living in a world with adults who are trying to force me to believe that there is a Santa Claus. And that's what really at 7 opened me up to like, okay, what is this and why are we here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm literally telling the truth. I'm saying there is no Santa Claus. I'm telling my cousins, my sister, you know, and I'm getting beat, smacked in the mouth.
Yes. Yes.
I'm getting tortured. Like, whoa, there's no Santa Claus. And so from 7 till about 11, going into 12, I went on this whole spiritual sabbatical. Like, I mean, I was atheist. I was like, there is no God. You know, why would God do this to someone like me? I'm 7. Okay. I'm just going through it. Like, and me and what I know now as my guardian angels, right? Now I know they're my spirit guides and my ancestors, right? But back then we weren't talking like this. We didn't know any of these things. So I'm having these conversations with my higher self, right? I'm having these conversations like, why are we here? And, you know, why are they trying to make me believe something that's not true? And what else is not true about this place? You know, and all of that. And so being at that state of awareness at such a young age took me on a whole, I realize now that I was tapped into my soul's calling. And there is a difference. And as I went through my life, I continued on through my journey, my soul continued to open up to me. My soul continued to open up to itself, right? And it really showed me that there's more to this than what it appears. From the Santa Claus to the, you know, the dynamics that I was dealing with in my childhood, I managed to, like I said, graduate high school, got a full ride to Wayne State playing the cello. I also fell into church a lot from 12 until about 18 or 19. I was in church very heavily because that was a safe place for me. I was able to like really just feel the love that I didn't feel at home and really connect and be creative and be encouraged and supported. And it was a wonderful experience to be in church. But once I got to Wayne State, that kind of opened up a new world for me because now I'm seeing I'm hanging out with these Muslim kids and they're running off to prayer and they're committed to their religion, right? And so it opened my mind to, okay, who is God? Not so much what is religion, how to be a great Christian, but who is God, right? And when you start to ask that question to yourself, oh boy, that's like opening up Pandora's box, my love. Like, you are gonna find out who God is when you ask that question. And so I left college, right? I lost my scholarship, no direction, no support, not really knowing what I was doing with myself, right? And so I ended up losing my scholarship. I'm like, what do I do? What am I gonna do now? I joined the military. The military was always my backup plan. So I joined the military. I did a wonderful job. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm 19 years old and I'm in charge of 80 women They put me in charge of my entire company, 19 years old, because I have 4 years of ROTC. I already knew what I was doing. I did really great in ROTC. So now I'm 19 years old. I'm in Orlando, Florida. I got 80 women from all over the country that I'm supposed to lead, right? So that was a whole other learning curve and a whole new experience for me. And I found myself at 19 years old doing all of this stuff with the military, being, focusing so much, wanting to be so perfect in this position. Every night, whenever we'd have conflict, we wouldn't deal with it that day. At night, I'm counseling women. Every night, I'm counseling somebody in my company. These women are 30 years old, 25, I'm 19, and I'm counseling these women, right? And I'm helping them figure things out and helping them understand themselves and all of this great stuff, right? And so eventually, I had a breakdown. I'm still dealing with my stuff. Now I'm dealing with their stuff. Now I got the military coming at me. And eventually I broke down. And that breakdown helped me to realize that all I really have and all I really am responsible for primarily is myself. I have to take care of me. I got to make sure I'm straight because nobody else. I mean, people show concern, people show care, but to really get in those trenches with me didn't happen. Right. And so that helped me to realize really quickly and very early on that I needed to take care of myself. And so as we moved on in my career, I did a wonderful job. I was on the honor guard, which is a very prestigious position. I spoke on behalf of the military at numerous public events, for very dignified events. I was the public speaker and presenter a lot of the time. And so I got to really grow in that role of being in the military, but there was still something missing. So by the time I left, I met my first husband. And now we cooking with hot grease, baby. Now we cooking with some hot grease, okay? Baby. There is nothing. I watched this movie. I wish I could remember the name of it right now, but it was so good. It had Queen Latifah and a few other really famous. I'm not gonna hold us up trying to remember. But in this movie, there's a scene that stayed with me. It was this older Italian woman. She was on her deathbed, and the main actress was a nurse. And the older woman, she said, "Women, strong creatures God made us. Men can take us down every time." And it was and I was only 21, 22 when I heard that. And I thought about it forever. What does she mean by that? Men are wonderful. I love men. Men are great. Da, 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 da. When I got to that first marriage, I learned very quickly what she meant. We are very strong creatures, but when it comes to that man, that right man, y'all all know what happens. And that's what happened to me. So I ended up marrying shortly after getting out of the military, falling madly in love with my ex-husband. We had a baby right out the gate. And so now I'm a newlywed. I'm fresh out of the military. I'm pregnant, and we relocate to Philadelphia so I can start school. I take on a full school load, and I'm working 40 hours a week at Prudential Insurance. Who's doing that? Right? And I handled it. I carried a 4.0. I handled that thing. Had my first baby. I handled that thing. And what happened right after? Crash. Boom. Kaput. I had another breakdown, right? So I moved back to Detroit, trying to get my head together. The marriage was not healthy. It was very, very toxic, very abusive, emotionally and mentally abusive. So I moved back to Detroit. I'm trying to figure things out. And in the midst of trying to do all of that, 6 months after having my first child, she's taken away. I lose my baby. My ex-husband went into, I guess, a fit of rage because I wasn't there. And he took the life of our baby. He took her life while I was at work, day before her first Thanksgiving. And needless to say, that was the biggest pivot point of my journey. I lost my husband, my baby, my home, my job, and almost my sanity in one day. And that's when I realized there really is no Santa Claus. Honey, there's a whole lot of nothing up in here, And it snatched me out of the matrix really quick. And I had to make a decision. Am I going to stay stuck with this fixation or this idea or these things that are being thrown at me by other people of how I should process this and what I should do and the drugs I should take and the mental hospital I should go in and all of these different things that I should do? Or do I stop? Do I drop to my knees? And do I surrender to a higher power? Because I don't know what's going on. I don't understand this. This is not making sense to me. None of it. I don't get it. So I dropped to my knees and I surrendered. 3 days after my daughter passed away, the pressure was so heavy. Like, what do I do? My daughter's gone. And that is a pain that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Okay. So trying to live through that pain. And then it was a media sensation. So it's all over the news. My relatives, they don't know how to respond. They don't know what's going on. So everybody's looking at me. That's the other thing I learned in that experience. Oh, the woman, especially a Black woman, she gonna get thrown under the bus first. She gonna get thrown under the bus every time because I wasn't even home and I got questioned and people were pointing the finger. Well, why did you marry him? And you should have known he was abusive and da 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 da. It was relentless, okay? And so what do? You still got to get up every day and live your life. I went within. I surrendered that thing. I dropped to my knees. I asked for forgiveness. I surrendered it to the Most High. And then I made a new decision. Okay, this is where we're at. This is what we're doing. Let's get it. And I embraced the experience. And so several days later, I was able to speak at her memorial. God gave me the strength to encourage other people. I'm the keynote speaker at my daughter's memorial, encouraging everyone else when I'm supposed to be the one to be encouraged. That was another thing that let me know this is the purpose that God has for my life. And so as I've continued to unfold, and here's the thing about it, being at peace does not mean you are perfect, quote unquote, which you are perfect in a whole other realm. But I'm just saying in 3D, perfect and peace don't necessarily mean the same thing, right? And so I wasn't striving to be perfect anymore. Oh, I got to be perfect. I got to do this. I got to do what God said. I got to be this up to this superhuman. And I just wanted to be at peace. So one day I went into meditation. I said, because meditation was the only quiet, peaceful place I found through all of that chaos is when I really developed my meditation practice. I really was able to tap in, zone out the world, and really go within and find the voice of God within me. And when I was able to do that, everything changed. I mean, everything changed. And I was able to see God flower out of me, right? I was able to see what it is that God wanted from me. And so even in dealing with the triggers and the traumas, they will always in some way be there because they're a part of my story, right? But continuing to pour into that God part of me, it kind of like fills it up so that the trauma is here and the God part is here. And that feels so much better than this way, where the trauma is running everything and God is somewhere in it somewhere. I had to make that shift, right? It's all God. It's all good. Even if I don't understand it, even if I don't like it, even if it don't make sense, even if it's uncomfortable, it's all God, period. And put a period right there, right? And that stopped that duality, because in Christianity and other religions, we're taught duality. We're taught, left, right, up, down, dark, light. This is true. Duality is real. But guess what? Even in all of that duality, there's always the balance. There's always this line in the middle that connects the two. So there's only one. There's really only one power and one presence on the planet. Not there's a devil here and there's this one there and there's that one. They all came from one power. They all came from one source. And so that is what my journey has taught me overall. And being able to find that peaceful medium, being able to find that peaceful place, that is being at peace. Not figuring it all out, having all the answers, making the perfect decision, making everyone else happy, all of that. That's not where peace lives. Peace lives with you being true with you living in your own authenticity. Even when it doesn't feel good or look good, you're still you, right? And I think that's something that has really been my saving grace, is knowing yourself enough to know that all of this is not you. It's not you. It's not. God made you to be so much more, you know? So we filter through life, getting to that point. And so now, so not to leave you guys hanging. So I moved forward after my daughter passed away, give thanks. I found out shortly after that I was pregnant with her sister. Ha! That's how God worked. Ha ha! And I named her Blessing, right? And God has just continued to open us up, to open my soul up to my soul's expression. So I had Blessing, I remarried, I had more children. That marriage had its own life lessons for me, and I learned those lessons and continued to flower on, right? When that marriage was over, years and years later, I remarried again, found love again, right? And that experience opened my soul up, and it taught me so much about myself. And so when we decide to create this life, to allow things to be, to allow who we really are to come through, we have a completely different experience than the cookie cutter one that was written out for us in a book by other people who don't even know you. There's two different realities here. And so what I do now is I help women and men, but primarily women, I help them to really work through their own traumas, to work through their own stuff, so they can get to a place of authenticity, so they can be at peace with themselves and they can be at peace with the world around them. Even when it's not perfect, even when they don't like it, even when it's uncomfortable, you can still find joy. You can still be at peace. You can still have fun. You can still smile and laugh, because that is who being an expression of God is. It's not about when things are going great and everything is going, look at me, I'm shining. Oh, I'm a star, period. That's cute. But what about when things aren't going that great? What about when you out here dangling, like for real, you don't know what's gonna happen? Do you love God then? Y'all cool then? Do you give your praises then? Do you show up shining and beautiful then? Right? So that's what I learned. That's what I continue to learn. I'm not, like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm just peace. I'm at peace with it, And I teach and I help and I encourage other women to do the same. So Sheila, thank you. I've been thanking you from jump for this platform, for this opportunity to share. Thank you for asking me to share my story. I'm really grateful for that. And I'm hoping that something in my story has triggered you to help you to realize your greatness, that where your peace lies within you, and just allowing God to unfold you like a flower, right? Like a rose, right? Because this life is, there's bitter and there's sweet. What are you gonna do? That food tasted so good when you ate it, but you still had to poop it out. It gotta happen. Don't shoot the messenger, you know what I'm saying? It's gotta go down, okay? So I find this a lot, especially in the spirit culture, in the spirit community, spiritual community. And I've been part of spiritual communities all over. So I'm really grateful for that, to have like a more broader view of the spiritual community. And what I found is that we all want to stay in that sweet spot. That sweet spot tastes so good. It's so good. It's like being on your mama nanny. I breastfed all my kids. Can't you tell? But it's like, sometimes be so good to them. They don't want to let it go. You're like, you're done. Right? And when you snatch them off the nanny, oh Lord, it's the worst thing ever, right? But in reality, that's what it is, right? So being able to still be at peace in those moments when the sweet spot's not so sweet is what I specialize in, really helping you to remember who you are, even in those moments. I doula you, encourage you, support you through the process, right? And so today, like I said, we're talking about self-love equaling self-compassion. One of the things you have to have for yourself, no matter what, is compassion. We'll sit out here and we'll be compassionate for everybody else. Oh, but such and such had this going on, and I just got to show up for them. And my husband did this, and I just got to show up for him. And and I totally understand what this person is going through. But then as soon as it comes to you and your stuff, I can't believe I did that shit. Oh my God, look at me now. You so stupid, man. You always doing stupid stuff. Yep, that's what my daddy used to. It's like the script completely changes. Maybe it's because I'm an Aries, we're about the self, we're about the I am, honey. But living in that world, like, literally drives me insane. Like, I can't be, because life beats us up so much, I can't be the one that beats myself up. That's too much, right? And so today we're going to talk about self-compassion. We're going to talk about how to share that compassion, right? I know we got to get off social media, and we're going to just go straight into the Zoom room. So if you want to join us in the Zoom room, please do that. I know we're going to get off social media if we haven't already. And in the Zoom room, we're going to do our meditation. We're going to share with Danyelle, and we're also going to get really deep into self-compassion and how you can show more compassion to yourself this week. All right, so thank you guys so much for letting me share. I appreciate it.
That piece, if you could let them know how they can connect with you and your service.
Yes.
On Facebook, what name
Okay.
they should go to.
Okay, thank you. Yes, my contact. So if you want to find out more about me, you can go on my website at peacemakita.com. It's just a promotional website, just kind of showing you what I do and, a little bit about me. You can also email me at peace, ATPACE, the number 2, teach@gmail.com, at peace to teach@gmail.com if you have any questions, or if you want to sign up. I do one-on-one coaching services. I also do group sessions. I'm still doing Sister Sharon. We usually meet around the full moon or the new moon. So I do have a circle coming up. I'm still out here in these creative streets. So I'm hosting a writing workshop and a open mic for poets and storytellers. That'll be coming up soon. I also have a music movement event coming that we'll share more about. If you can check out you can call me on my business line at 313-466-HEAL, HEAL, 313-466-HEAL. And I can also take you there. It was something else I really wanted to share. It'll come back to me. I don't want to waste any more time, but yes, definitely stay in touch with me. I do one-on-ones, I do group sessions. I have a lot of things coming up. So make sure you stay in touch.
Awesome. So if you want to continue with us today or any other day, if you just go to elizabethvisionaryconference.org and just get your free ticket and come and join us on the Zoom, and then Zoom with us for the rest of your life.
Love it. I love it.
Let me make sure.
All right, ladies.
Tell me that.
Yes, honey.
Visionary, you say?
You stay where you at, Hania.
I'm not okay. No, but I want to keep it there. You had me crying like a baby because you opened up my soul, honey. I'm gonna tell you, I got a story too.
Anyway,
yeah,
yes.
Spirit told me she's your teacher, baby. Yes, I say.
I received it. I received
it. I'm not going nowhere.
Yes, definitely
I'm glad to be
appreciate it.
connected back with Sheila. That's my girl. She just some great things happened in my life with you and Ari. But anyway, I will talk. I ain't gonna hold up the moment here. Just put myself back on mute.
You're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to get started. We're going to go just to give you a layout so that everybody's on the same page. We're going to do a meditation right now. And then, because I am a meditation coach for those who may not know. So we're going to do a guided meditation, only about 10 minutes long. And then we're going to move into Danyelle's segment. She's going to share some deliciousness with you, some jewels that you guys are going to really love and want to use. And then we're going to move into today's lesson of self-compassion. All right. Does anyone have anything they want to share before we get started? Is there anything that you have on your heart or on your throat chakra that you want to get out before we get started with the meditation?
At peace.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say thank you. I've never heard your whole story.
Thank you.
And it just reiterates something that God has showed me, is that sometimes we get off, when we get off track and we feel like God has left us or there is no God, and God will just stand there and say, they'll be back and I'll be here when they get back.
Yeah.
And I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you for receiving it. I appreciate it. And it's so true. Like, one of the most powerful things that I've learned is that so? Most powerful 3 words you could ever say. Somebody come to you with some drama. Da, 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 da. Is that so? Like, just That's what the sages in Japan and China have to, is that so? Oh, okay, very nice. You know, not getting too far deep off into it, because like you said, God is it's gonna be the same as the same as the same. We're the ones that get wrapped up. We're the ones that get all, you know, whatever. So that's cool. All right, anybody else? Going once? Going twice?
I just wanted to.
Yeah, hit it.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What was you want to say, sweetie?
Oh, I thought somebody else was trying to say something first. Sorry. Lord, I ain't calling. I just wanted to say that I am in appreciation of you and your story. Thank you for being so transparent and letting us come deep into your life. You know, everybody don't tell, that's business. Sometimes people don't tell their business that deep until that point, because, you know, some things you keep private, but I just wanted to tell you that I'm in appreciation of you, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You are so welcome.
Wow. At peace, this is Razia. I just want to share with you that the word that's coming very clear to me is to say to you, Your Highness, I am grateful, grateful to be in your presence. And so grateful that you are here in Metro Detroit.
Ashe, thank
You know, it's just really, I'm so glad that you shared your whole story. And I remember meeting you years ago, and I said, my God, I didn't realize that I was in the presence of such greatness. You are a beautiful spirit, and I am so thankful that you were able to handle the call on your life and to be here to share it with us.
Ashe. Thank you, Razia. That means a lot coming from you, Queen Mother. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Woo, y'all filling me up. Whew. Okay. All right. So let's jump into the meditation. All right. Now, this is just an opportunity for you to connect, to ground, right? To check in with yourself, right? I just love meditation so much, because one of my most chaotic times in my life, I could orb up out of this place whenever I wanted. It was like the best. It still is the best. You can orb up out of this thing whenever you want and come back and orb out and come back and orb out, come back. So that's what we're about to do. So we're going to orb out. So make sure that you're comfortable. There's no particular way that you have to be. Just make sure that you're comfortable. Make sure you're not too cold. You're not too warm. You're sitting the way you want to sit. You're relaxed. You can sink into wherever you are. You want to be able to sink down into it. All right. And we're just going to feel what it feels like to be ourselves in this present moment. And give ourselves permission to be in this present moment. And I'd like you to take a moment and just feel what it feels like to breathe normally as yourself. Just breathing, inhaling and exhaling. And I want you to just observe the thoughts that are coming by. Just watch them like you're watching clouds pass in the sky. Inhaling through the nose and gently exhaling out the mouth. Inhaling through the nose and gently exhaling out the mouth. Inhaling and exhaling. And then I want you to bring your awareness to your listening. We always want to check in with our senses before we get started with going deeper into our meditation. So check in with your listening now. And just observe what's coming by. You don't have to give any attention to it at all, but just observe it. Inhaling through the nose, slowly exhaling out the mouth. Inhaling and exhaling. And as the sounds come to you, allow them to come to you and then pass through you. So the sound of my voice, any sounds that may be going by you and where you are presently, just allow those sounds to come to you. You are aware of them, and then allow them to gently pass through you as you keep your attention and your awareness on yourself. Inhaling through the nose. Gently exhaling out the mouth. We're going to spend some time really connecting with our breath today. Your breath is the umbilical cord to God. Our breath is what keeps us connected to every living being on the planet. Inhale through the nose. Gently exhale out the mouth. Feel that connection. At the moment of your birth, everything that was alive on the planet at that moment took a breath with you, your first breath with you. We are all connected through our breath. Inhale through the nose. Slowly exhale out the mouth. Now we're going to bring our awareness to our thinking, to our mind, to our third eye, to that pineal gland that rests in the center of our brain, size of a pea. But it is the motherboard. It is what keeps us tapped in and turned on. So as we inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth, feel yourself connecting and breathing with this energy. And as you make a connection with your third eye, your pineal, your creative center, take a moment and just gently step away from your thoughts. We have over 60,000 thoughts a day. There's no need to try to keep up with all of them. So step away and just kind of look at your thoughts as they pass, as if clouds are passing in the sky. Inhaling and exhaling. And as you do this, take any note of sensations that may come up in your body. Just take mental note of them. Take mental note of the thoughts that travel by and how they make you feel. And as some thoughts pass by, you can move them around like clouds. They change shape. Allow them to change. Like clouds change when they pass in the sky. They don't argue, they don't fight, they don't resist. They just allow. Inhaling through the nose, gently exhaling out the mouth. give you a few moments to just be like a tree. You're in a safe space. Give yourself this time to just be with yourself. Feel what that feels like. You don't have to give yourself away for the next 5 minutes to anything or to anyone. You can just be like a tree. Inhaling through the nose, gently exhaling out the mouth, allowing our breath to be our guide. Inhaling and exhaling. And feel gravity as it's pulling you down towards the core of the earth. Allow this pulling sink down into the earth. Inhaling. Gently exhaling. I'll give you a few moments here to just be. As you inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth, I want you to envision a sunrise. Anywhere you'd like it to be. See yourself watching the sun rise. Feel what that makes you feel like. And as you inhale and exhale, using breath as your guide, just observe the sun. How deliberate the sun moves. How it shows up bright and bold. And as you bring yourself back to third dimension, as you slowly, gently bring yourself back into your body, feel what it feels like to move like the sun. Deliberate, full, bold, and right on time. Inhaling, exhaling. Feel what it feels like to take your time. And in your own time, gently begin to come back into your body. When you feel ready, gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Feel what it feels like to move in your own time, using your breath as your anchor, inhaling, gently exhaling. Coming back to 3D. Hey, ladies. If you have a pen and paper next to you, go ahead and write some things down. Whatever messages or colors or feelings came back to you, go ahead and share that with yourself. Or if you don't have a pen and paper, that's fine. Just take mental note of your journey. Take mental note of any messages that may have come back with you. And if there's anyone that would like to share their journey, you're always welcome to do that because we learn from each other. So if there's anything that anyone would like to share, any part of your journey, you are welcome to do so. There is no pressure.
I'm ready whenever you're ready.
Okay, go for it.
Well, I went into prayer again, and I have a message for you.
For me? Okay,
And
I'm all ears.
before I give you the message, I have to say something about myself so that you will understand.
Okay.
I was raped when I was 7. And just last month, God took me back to that moment. And he showed me that he was standing right there, that he was there with me when it happened. So the question came up, well, why didn't you stop it? And God said, because I gave you my word. I said, well, what does that mean? And God said, before you came here, we had a conversation. You said what it was you wanted to accomplish when you came here. And I said, okay, I agreed with you. And then he said, during that time when you were being raped, your ministry was being formed. And he said, I cannot stop the bad things because of what you said you needed to do, you wanted to do when you came here. So my message for you is that all that you have gone through and who you are now, everywhere you go, that energy exudes from you. And you're planting seeds everywhere you go. So anybody that is within wherever you are is being blessed by what it is that you have gone through, and you're planting seeds. So continue to do what it is that you do. Continue to exude yourself and take yourself to higher planes, because you can only go up from here. And that is the message that I have for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. When my daughter passed away, while I'm trying to wrap my brain around what was happening, I was getting these other messages at the time, and I was being shown exactly what I'm seeing right now. Like in my darkest hour, my ancestors, spirit guides, the Most High was there saying, no, but you're going to be this, you're going to be doing this, and you're going to be sharing this. And I was like, but you're going to constantly. And so thank you, Pam. If I can just share one thing with anybody, it's, just trust God. Just trust God. Give God the glory. We are not here on our own. We're just not, So thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So anybody else? Want to share? Hey, honey, I go for it. How was your journey?
Oh, it's like every time I meditate, it always feels like I didn't get quite where I wanted to go, and was this the way it wasn't? I mean, those questions always kind of dance around. But something you said to me gave me a hope of something to hold on to, that each meditation is only going to take me closer and closer and closer to where I'm supposed to be. And it's where you said that our breath is our umbilical cord to God. And I have moved around in life so much, girl, I probably could write a book of how to move, but I always have so much to move. So also in this meditation, I'm realizing that it's time to let go of things freely. Things have been taken from me and I've always had to move around, but I'm feeling like this is the key move that's about to happen in my life, because I'm meeting you and going to this meditation group with you. And I failed to mention that my another purpose for coming to Detroit this weekend was for a sister by the name of Chiquita. She did a workshop that we were putting together, like tools for developing our higher selves, our gifts, our goals, and I attended that workshop. But she's also a friend, so I helped her to get set up with things too. But this whole weekend has been about that reconnecting, and this meditation, I'm feeling like it's helping me to reconnect. You are a big part of that, my sister, because I felt your pain. And I'll share some things later, but I felt your pain, and I certainly appreciate you sharing that, because I know that from this point on today, I know that the work that's coming is about some super opening of my soul. So thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you. Thank you. We got time for one more person. Yes, Mama Haru. What you doing up in here? What you doing? Mama Het is in the building.
Peace. Juanita's hands has been up for a while.
Oh, Juanita, I'm so sorry. I'll be keeping up
as well.
Sorry. So we'll do Juanita, then we'll do Mama Het. Is that okay? Okay, Juanita, go for it.
Thank you so much. I wasn't able to catch everything because I'm in transport. I'm at my doctor's appointment again, but what I did catch, the music, there's a background in that music that is an experience of that exhale moment of when you're at your worst stress, and that exhale moment was in the background. So that was really awesome for me. And I tuned in on the sunrise part. And what I experienced in that moment of identifying and connecting with the sun, it was more so than the movement as you were guiding us, but the fullness of the fire. And tuning into the fullness of my fire.
That's it.
Yeah, so thank you. God bless you. I'll take my mask off for just a minute. It's just me and y'all. So anyway, yeah.
Thank you, Juanita.
Sharing your journey was awesome. Thank you so much, my love. Love you so much. And I thank God for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, Mama Het, take us home.
I'd like to say thank you for the divine for having me here once again. I also wanted to share with you at peace that your daughter just spoke to me and said that she has become all of us and all the women that you have touched. So she has increased. I also wanted to share, and I don't have to do it right now, but I have come up with, I call it the touch of gratitude, where it's a self touch and just an awakening for the body, where I take my hands down my side, all the way down the sides, past the knees, ankles, and feet, you can't really see, and over the toes, up over the legs. At the knees, you go into the inner thigh, graze the yoni, and push up, twist up from the breast, and go up over the head, and open the hands and go over the head and over the clavicle, above and below the arms. And that is my touch of gratitude. So I would like for people to do that daily and just to awaken and say thank you for this body that has traveled with us and been with us through
Yeah.
all of our trials and tribulations and moments. So that's what I wanted to share. Love you.
Yes. Thank you, Mama Head. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that download too. Yesterday was my daughter's 24th birthday. If she was still here in manifestation, she would be 24 yesterday. So yesterday was a very powerful day. So thank you. I appreciate you for that. All right. Whew, that was so full. I feel so full. Okay, so we are going to have time. We're going to make the time for our compassion, our self-compassion lesson. But I definitely want you guys to get a lot out of Danyelle's portion today. So we've done the mindset, the tap in with the mommy story. And now we're going to, how do we use this great tool of social media in so many new ways to empower ourselves? Whether it be empower yourself through your business, an organization that you're running, whatever you're doing, Danyelle has a really great tool to use. So you got to tune in. So Danyelle, please take the reins. Oh no, where'd she go? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I don't know what happened. Oh, there she is. Okay. Oh, you're on mute, baby. There
I'm
she
on
is.
my iPad. I'm on my iPad, so I was actually just going to the link. But I guess for those who have just joined us, there is discovered something the other last week called Linktree, because I am in so many, I have so many different aspects of me that figured out into different elements of business outside of me. You know, I needed something that I can give people one link to go to everything that is about me. So give me 1 second, because I know I'm on my iPad instead of my laptop today, just because. But I do need to grab the link, which I do have everything already set up. Okay, so I want to say, if I could, is there any way possible that I can get what is it, screen sharing capabilities?
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody give me the screen sharing capabilities. I can show you what I'm talking about.
Danyelle, do you have 2 things on, because there's kind of a muffled sound behind you?
No, that's just my notebook. That's my pen and paper notebook.
Okay, that only happens when you're speaking, but we can still hear you clearly. Okay.
Okay.
You need the share screen. I think I
Yes,
made
please.
you the co-host, so go ahead.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Yes, you did. I see that. Okay.
You have the power.
Okay. So I don't know. Let me try this again.
Let me.
Their screen, everything on your screen, including recorded, enabled. Okay, that's cool. Oh.
There we
Okay. Go. There we go. So I'm gonna go to my screen, and I just recently changed it. Do you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So in my bio, on my personal Instagram page, I'm going to click where it says Linktree/Blooming Lotus Wellness. When I click that, it's going to go, this is my Linktree. Everything, you can go to my mind, you can go to my website. I have a link that goes to Mommy Mogul Mindset Mondays. I have a link for the Tava Lifestyle, which is a product company that I just joined within the last month or so. Join my Tava team. You can have as many links on here. I've seen people have their Shopify. They have, their playlists that they want to share with people. It's endless as to what you can actually put in your link tree, but everything is right here. So this is the link I've been sending to everybody. So if I wanted to send somebody to join my Mogul Mindset Mondays, boom, it goes right there. It's right there. I don't have to use this link for that link, and I don't have 5 or 6 different links of trying to send people. I can just send them to just one location. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back in. Let me Lotus Wellness. That's my website. Goes right to my website. If I need to, what is it? I'm talking to somebody about Tava. You know, it's like, I need you to go check out the products. Go to Tava Lifestyle. It goes right to my, oh, that one seems like it's not working. That's okay. That one doesn't seem like it's working. Okay, these were working yesterday. Oh no, it's going somewhere.
Girl, it's the
It's just taking its
retrograde.
time. It's working. Yeah, so when you go to my classes, it goes right to the website for you to go and register for my belly dance class. So no, they were working. It was just taking a little slow time. So this was so easy to set up. Let me see if I can get Tava Lifestyle to go. And it's going. And yeah, it's going. Boom. It's going right to my website that I have for Tava Lifestyle. So you're probably wondering how did I go about doing this? Tree.com is that's it right there. And it's not an app, but it is a website. A website you can pull up in the browser of your phone. You can pull it up on your iPad. You can put it up on your what is this? I was helping assisting my partner and
You said it's linktree.com.
actually creating her
You're breaking up. We can't.
link tree. So that's who
Right.
you see right now, but we do have packages that you can pay for, so I can actually pay when you're paying for more analytical information.
Danielle, hold on one second.
Okay.
Baby. Hold on. Sisters, if you can look right at the top, you'll see, because Linktree has a period in the middle of it. So you want to make sure you get it right. LINKTR period EE. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No problem. And actually, I will actually put this in the chat. Let me hold if I can just grab it. When I get back to Zoom, I'll make sure that goes in the chat. But it's create the banner. Do put a picture on there so people can see who you are. Yourself to your website. You can link yourself to any other websites that you are associated with. And it's really a one-stop shop digital card. That's really what it is. And we really are in retrograde because this thing was flying so quickly yesterday. And today it's like, oh, it just.
So can I ask a question?
Be, go ahead.
What's the difference between the plans? Like, what do you get for the upgrade that you don't get in the free one?
The upgrade gives you more analytical reporting information, like how, the basic lets you know how many people are clicking on your links on a daily basis. The free plan, the upgraded plan would give you more analytical data, like where they're coming from, where are the clicks coming from, maybe what type of devices they're coming from. It's more reporting.
So give you more.
I believe last time I looked, the cheapest plan that they had was starting at $25 a month.
So that gives you more of the analytics.
They give you more demographics.
Yeah.
Like how many clicks are you getting per day? Where are these clicks coming from? Where in the world these clicks are coming from? more of your, what is it? Yeah, more data so you can actually know. So you know if you're getting clicks from like, I don't know, 100 clicks a day from Senegal, you know, it might be a time to go and do a workshop in Senegal because you have an audience, you obviously have an audience over there that's looking at you and is really enjoying your content, or you can see exactly where things are flowing from. So you can see how many people are being directed to your website, how many people are being directed towards, you know, the show, how many people are being, where people are being directed to. So the basic, they do give you, the basic will give you information as to how many clicks you're getting, but it's not going to give you the full broad spectrum of where people are coming from and where are they actually going. But getting started out, just to at least have everything in one central location, it helps. And it's easy to customize. That's what I like about it. The customization of it is you can really make your link tree be uniquely you and let it be whatever it is, whatever it needs to be. And so I want to say, does anybody have any questions or any more questions?
You said you're going to put the link in the chat.
Oh, let me do that now. I'm sorry. The way I have my iPad set up on my laptop, I keep going to my laptop like I'm typing, but I'm not. Of course I have it. So I am posting.
Yeah, I appreciate that because I have a lot of different sites that I need to go to. If I can get them all in one location, that would be wonderful.
Thank you, Danyelle.
No problem. Thank you. There we go. It's in the chat. I just posted in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, when she told me about this last night, I was like, this is a game changer. Like for somebody like me that has literally 5 different projects going at one time, game changer, and has the nerve to be free. Oh,
Right.
And I'm gonna
really
go ahead and make sure. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I post my link tree in here also, so you know you can just take a look.
Yes, thank you, Danyelle, so much. I really appreciate that. And you guys tell everybody how to reach you.
Oh well, you can actually reach me by my link tree. I mean, I can now say that.
That's all period.
All this long, no, you can click on the link and all my information is in there. You can definitely reach me by Facebook. You can reach me on Instagram. You can reach me, what is it? My cell phone number is 313-960-1234. You can just text me, hey, social media, something, and I'll save you and we can connect. I am working on the social media boot camp.
I'm really excited.
I'm excited too. I'm looking at the last weekend in June. I would get all the specs and everything together this week, ready for next week's show. But yeah, a good 4-hour boot camp. So you can, if you don't have anything set up, we can start from scratch. And if you need to clean up some things, we can clean up some things and make sure all your connections connect so that people can see you, view you, like you, share you. Yeah, do all of that so that they not only are they following you, but they're also purchasing from you, whatever, be it a service, be it a class, be it information, a book, whatever. People know how they can get to you. So I will have more details next week. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll have more details next week.
Danyelle, I have a question. So if I were, is it the linked, was it Linktree?
Linktree.
So is that what you would send me, is your Linktree? And then
It's gonna say Linktree. Oh, I'm sorry, it ain't my segment. Go ahead.
So if you look in chat, Sheila, I have, the HPP Linktree, and then it says it's Linktree/Blooming Lotus Wellness. That's what I do everything under. So you do have to be specific. It's just one title. If that's what you're trying to ask me.
I'm trying to say that if I wanted you, if I want to send you something, I want you to go to Brand Rising. Okay. So do I send this slash where you have Blooming Lotus, it'll say Grand Rising? Or
No.
did they get everything?
They just get the link, and then when they go to the link, they'll get everything. That so you have to have the different links for people to go. Like I have Mommy Mindset Mogul Mondays set in one of my links. So when if I'm sending out a text message or I'm sending out a post, the post itself is going to have what it is that I'm promoting. The link tree is going to have within the list the link for you to go related to the post.
So Sheila, yours would be City of Arts would be your link. And then when they click link tree City of Arts, a drop down should come down. You're going to set it up, but a drop down will come down of all the different links that you've set up.
Okay.
Grand Rising, it'll be all the different things you do. But yours, I guess, would be under City of Arts because that's your main umbrella, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Yeah, that's cool.
All right. Anybody else before we move on? All right. Thank you, Danyelle. You always
No
bring
problem.
such
Thank
a
you.
wonderful, like a whipped cream on top for me. Because the jewels you bring are just so helpful and they right on time. So thank you.
You're so very welcome.
Yeah.
So I'm here to assist anybody, and I want to say hopefully by next Monday we'll have several link trees to share, networking amongst each other. So if you need help, you can definitely reach out to me. And I'm sure within the social media clinics that we have for the Elizabeth, that's definitely something that we can work together to make sure that we get our information out here.
Absolutely. Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
All right. So it's not going to take long to do what we about to do, honey. We about to get right into it. I'm about to give you your weekly assignment. Last week, it was about self-love equaling self-worth. This week, it's about self-love equaling self-compassion. So if you have your pen and paper with you, I want you to write down, and if you don't, I want you to think about the question, but what is it that you share? How do you show up for others when it comes to being compassionate? What is compassion to you? So get clear about that. I'm not going to define compassion for you. We all have an idea of what compassion is and how we show that compassion to strangers or to our family or other people. So go ahead and write that down for yourself. What does compassion mean to you? And how is it that you show up for other people? How does that compassion show up for other people?
Hmm.
And really take some time and contemplate that.
So you want us to answer that now, or
I want you to write it down. I want you to write it down.
Oh, but I mean, this is homework though, right?
Yeah, this is your assignment. Okay. Every week I give an assignment for us to focus on for the week. So this week is, what is compassion to you and how do you show up for other people? And once you get clear about that on your list, you may show up for them one way or you may show up for them for 10 different ways. But once you get clear about how you show up for other people, it may even be your furry baby. It may even be your dog or your cat that you show up for and you're compassionate for. It doesn't really matter. But once you define that for yourself, I want you to get clear then about how you show up for yourself. And if you don't show up for yourself, then I want you to write, how can you show up for yourself this week? How can you show more compassion? How can you be more gentle with yourself? What areas of your life do you feel like you may be a little harder on yourself than you should be? Or maybe you've been overdoing it with the procrastination or the self-criticism. And now it's time to show a little more compassion. What area of your life do you feel that you're doing that in or that you need to focus on? And as always, this is between you and you. So don't worry about, impressing anyone or how anybody would feel about what you write. Just be real. All right, I'll give you about 30 more seconds on that. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Time's up. All right. So, in these next couple moments, would anyone like to share their list? Would you like to share what you've written? You don't have to, there's never any pressure. All right, so we got Mama Het, you'll go first, and then Mama Hania, you can go next.
Compassion, I wrote down that I actually didn't write anything for compassion, but I went on to how do I show up for people.
Okay.
I encourage them to be creative, use words or readings, and sharing information. And how do I show up for myself is through activities, rest, creativity. I forgot to write down gratitude, information, research, and fellowship. And how can I show more compassion for myself? Rest more.
Okay. Yep. That rest is important. Yes. Thank you. Love it. All right, Mama Hania, it's on you.
Okay. First of all, is being patient with myself because what I've been so needy for so long. I tend to, how can I say, hibernate, I guess, mostly during the winter and particularly during this pandemic. But hibernating, I make myself something tasty, healthy to eat, and I get in my recliner and watch back-to-back series of movies or situations that make me feel connected to families, to watching other people live their life, live their dreams, do their work. Well, and so that gets some endorphins for me, but it's selfish kind of way. But so how do I give compassion to others? Because they sort of admire me, they talk to me, and I'm always inspired to give them something, But I also give them truth, and the truth sometimes they don't want to hear, but I give them the truth as gently as I can, and it makes me feel good to know that that was inspired as well. Because they'll always come and tell me, honey, I needed that. And I get my next door neighbor almost every other day. She got a thank you card. God bless you. God, But the point is, I want to be around more people who keep me being more of myself, doing things and connected, than sitting back in my home, which is always comfortable for me, the home. But I know I need to get out of that shell. So compassion, truth. That's all I can say right now. I'm still working on those because it's like you're tapping the root here, saying, okay, give up what you got in here. Let me see, So it's coming.
In the root.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we'll take one more. It's only a hand I see of Miss Now Wheelie. Thank you so much for joining us, Goddess. Let us see your beautiful face. There she is. Hey, girl, hey.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Peace. Thank you, Danyelle. Oh yes. Today I'm really, really feeling so tired, y'all. I'm in Las Vegas right now. I'm doing hair. Yeah, it's really warm, but you see I have on a jacket because the air conditioning in my beautiful friend's home. So what came up for me today, because I'm still laying in bed, resting, relaxing, rejuvenating, is LWL, listening with love. And one of my big things in my life is to stay in the loving no matter what. I share that common experience with you also, Peace, of having a beloved transition at 8 years old. And what I realized, that was my child, I believe, who came to share unconditional love. My youngest son, who lives here in Vegas, came to teach me, train me, undergird me, support me to be compassionate. So when you said that, I'm in the city, I haven't seen him yet. He is by and large the most compassionate being I've ever met, who constantly reminds me to stay in the loving, to listen, to feel the pulse of the person that I am engaged with, the situation, circumstance I'm in, and move from that place. If I don't hear to move, then be still, don't move. And so what compassion has shown up for me in Detroit and by relationships and kinships I'm affording myself to and exposing myself to is acceptance. Simple, pure acceptance of others, and especially beginning right here. Thank you.
We love you, Ashe.
I love you all too. Thank you all.
To remember, thank you, Mama, for sharing that. I want you all to remember, because I think we all kind of woke up like, kind of groggy, and then had put it in the chat to remind us all about the lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse, full moon in Scorpio with the Mercury retrograde. I'm gonna need Mars and Jupiter. Do your work, girl. A girl conjunct Saturn. Okay, we can just go on and on. It's a lot going on. Let's just put it like that. Okay? So it's not all you. I know it might be hard for some people to accept, but it's not all you, okay? So definitely take some time with yourself today. Pour on that compassion today. If you need to rest, rest. If you need to go for that walk, go for that walk. If you need to indulge in that Netflix, indulge in that Netflix. You know what I'm saying? But really take it all in. Realize that you are in a learning or transitional curve right now. We all are, the entire planet, with this lunar eclipse. And so we're being quantum leaped into something. Actually, with the lunar eclipse, you're going inward. So you're eclipsing inwardly so that you can bring out the light, right? So, and it's in Scorpio. So you might be a little watery this week. You might be a little extra sensitive. It's a full moon in Scorpio. So just be gentle. Remember that? Be gentle. Just be gentle. Okay. So I didn't plan out an affirmation for this week. If anyone has an affirmation that they would like to share with the group for this week, I would love to hear it. If not, I can whip one up real quick. So what affirmation?
Can I interrupt you? Could you share, because we're in the third week, I think, of this month, if you would share with the sisters that are new or maybe have missed what week 1 and 2, because they all work together.
Okay. Yes, exactly. So self-love equals self-care was our first week. May is all about self-love, all about you, boo. So the first week we talked about self-care and how are you caring for yourself? How are you showing up for you, right? Last week we talked about self-love equaling self-worth. Do you value your energy? Do you value your intellectual property? Do you value it? How much is it worth to you? Don't let anybody put a price tag or put value on what you feel is valuable, put a worth on what you feel is valuable. So getting in touch with that. And this week, we're talking about self-love equaling self-compassion. How are you showing up for yourself in a compassionate way? Being gentle with yourself, right? And so this week, we always have a affirmation for the week. Unfortunately, like I said, I didn't whip one up, but I can whip one up if you want me to. I really want to hear what you guys have to say. Hey, you got an affirmation you want to share with us? You gonna pull a card? Okay, pull a card for us. Those are the heart cards, right? From Louise-Hay?
The power thought card.
Yes, honey. Louise is my boo. God rest her soul. So
I am so familiar with Louise-Hay.
Yes, honey. She didn't. Love her.
Okay, so for today, the one that I picked was I balance my masculine and feminine sides.
All right.
Yep.
Masculine and feminine parts of me are in perfect balance and harmony. I am at peace. Oh,
period.
I am at peace and all is well. Come on with it.
Say it again.
I receive it. Yes, be at peace, honey.
We are at peace. We are you. We are each other. We are at peace.
Say it out loud.
We are. We are.
We are. We
So that
are.
could be the affirmation. I am at peace.
Yes.
I am at peace.
Yes, honey. Ain't nothing like it, I tell you. Ain't nothing like it. That's beautiful. Thank you, Het. I thank each and every soul, each and every one of you for showing up. And like we have already determined, we are each other. We are just
I'm sorry, what name did you
whole
say?
tree that just continues to grow. I am so grateful for this moment. I'm so grateful to be here. For each and every one of you who decided to share yourself with us today, it's truly a blessing and a gift. Danyelle, as always, thank you so much for your jewels of wonderful knowledge. I am on Linktree ASAP, like today, honey. I'm on Linktree. So thank you so much for that, game changer.
So, what do you call it? Is this every Monday that you all get together?
Every Monday. Yep,
Okay.
every Monday I'll be here from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then every day it's someone different talking about something different. So tomorrow I believe is Razia, right?
Yes.
Razia and
Aisha
are gonna be talking about nutrition and raw foods. And then every day it's something different.
Okay. Are they recorded? Are
on
they all
Fridays? What'd you say, hon?
Are they all recorded? Or
Yeah, let me speak on that. It's all the recordings are up, and they're on the Elizabeth Visionary Conference website. I think it's
okay. Oh,
archives.
I wrote that down. So Elizabeth Visionary spelled correctly. I mean, spell as it is, VISIONARY.
Conference.
Huh?
Conference. Elizabeth Visionary Conference.
Okay.
Yeah. And I want to also tell all of you that once you get the link, you don't have to go back and register every time. That link is the link.
So put it somewhere and that you can go back to it. Like I usually take a screenshot and just have it in my gallery.
Okay, so I got you guys this morning with the meeting ID and the passcode. I didn't have a link, but I just went to Zoom. So now
that's all you need.
Okay, and so for Elizabeth Visionary Conference, do I go to Zoom for that or what?
No, that's a .com.
.com.
The website.
And you can go there and get all the previous shows.
Okay. And they're entitled, so I know I can pick up and connect.
It has the date. It has the picture of each person that for that day.
Okay.
And it has you know, from the very beginning, you just go down and look at the most recent one.
Okay.
So it is 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. We have a different topic, different sisters that are hosting, and it's a very wonderful variety and balance of what we need in our lives.
Yes.
And it is totally organically, you know, we are not in charge. We are just surrendering to what our life has been and sharing it, like as Peace did. Peace, that was wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. And I know you have even more to share about the different processes, especially the baby and what you went through. All of us have those things that test us to the very core and make you really get in touch with who you are, with your creator. And you know, I mean, such wonderful things are coming up out of this, you know, Pam sharing, you know, Pam is alive. Pam was free, and she's really, really free. We appreciate that and what everyone is adding. So thank you so much. I wanted to make sure that you knew about that you only need that link one time. It's the same link. And when you're giving it to someone else, what you want to do is we don't capture their information if you just give them the direct link. So we need them to go through the Elizabeth Visionary Conference so that we can get their information and keep them informed about what is going on. And yeah, so thank you. Yes.
It's .org, not .com.
.org, sorry.
For the Elizabeth Visionary.
conference.org.
Okay.
Pam, could you type that in down there? And yeah,
Well, I
you
hope
all
y'all
do such a wonderful job. You can tell, Peace, that you are a great speaker and you have represented Detroit around the world fantastically.
Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this opportunity. I love being with my sisters. Other than being with my children, being with my sisters is the second favorite thing. Then I like being with a man. I'm just saying. It's
I'm
nothing
just
like
saying.
love. It ain't nothing like your baby's love. And men have their place too, but I've learned.
Yes, that's totally unconditional. Them babies.
That's right. That's right. And your sisters can pull you up out of things that like he just can't. So yeah, I just love it. So I love this time. I look forward to seeing you all next week and hearing your wonderful stories. I'm always available. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You can kind of catch me on Instagram. You definitely catch me on Facebook. I'm on there more often. Again, my number 313-466-HEAL, HEAL. If you want to talk to me directly or email me at peace2teach@gmail.com or my website at peacemakita.com. And I wanted to put out there too, I'm also an astrologer and a tarot reader. So if you are interested in finding out more about who you are on that level, on a cosmic level, I can also help you with that too. Woo. All right, so thank you. I'll see you next week. Make sure you come back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. so you can see Razia with her beautiful self. Say, hey, Razia. And Stacia, as they're going to talk about nutrition and raw foods and how you can say vainglorious through your diet. All right. So thank you all so much, ladies. Drink your water. I see you.
Yes, indeed.
Take care.
Bottle.
A toast to health.
Yeah.
Thank you.
God bless y'all.
Have a wonderful one. Thank you, Peace.
Love
you.
Love you all.
Love you, Peace. Love you, Juanita.
God bless
Love
you.
you all.
Love you.
Peace and love, everyone.
Peace and love.
Yes.
Peace
Glad to
always.
see you back, Razia.